Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm going to make one of the simplest, easiest, I know I say that about everything, banana puddings ever. Most people remember growing up eating the old-fashioned, banana pudding or any kind of puddings that have, especially banana pudding, and there would be a custard made for it with eggs and milk and all that. I'm not going through all that. I watched my grandmother do that fairly easy. But for me, I, like to keep it super simple. I'm not a fan of banana puddings, but I make them for friends, and I'm going to actually make these little banana pudding jars for a friend of mine. So they're going to come and pick them up a little later. But I mean, look how simple this is. All I have are some very ripe bananas, my bowl, some whipped topping, some of those little pudding cups. So I don't have to fool with doing any milk, any eggs, I'm not making a custard. I'm not making anything, and I don't have to make any pudding either. I am not adding milk because I'm using these pudding cups and this whipped topping. I'm not making a custard. And I have some vanilla wafers, so how easy is this? I am going to set to making these two little easy vanilla pudding jars. First, I'm going to make the actual cream, the pudding for it, and then that's all I have to do is let that chill out, and then I'm going to assemble my jars. I might be able to get 4 jars out, but right now I'm not really making a whole lot because I'm only making some for this one person. So I'm not making a big, huge bowl of, banana pudding. I'm just making these 2 little jars. But this is so cool to do with your kids. I used to do this when I had a class of 3 and 4-year-olds. I used to do this all the time in the late 90s. We would make, this, and we would do little jars especially for my 4-year-olds. And sometimes we would just get a huge bowl and dump everything in. But for kids, especially for like Easter, spring, stuff like that, this is a really cool activity. It's really quick, it's easy, it's fun. It is something very simple that they can do and delicious that they can do. It's not full of a lot of, a ton of fat. You are, can very easily use fat-free pudding, sugar-free or fat-free pudding. You can use sugar-free with topping. I'm sure you can find some vanilla wafers that are sugar-free, and if not, you could get any kind of cookie that is sugar-free, and they can just crumple that up and use those. Bananas. The only issue that I had when I would make this with my kids in my classrooms is that they would be trying to eat the bananas, and we wouldn't have that much banana left to actually make the actual banana pudding. But yeah, this is super simple, super easy. I am going to start getting the filling together now, which is the easiest things ever. All right, be right back. All right, so one of the things that makes mine a little bit different, well, a lot different, because first of all, I'm not making a custard, and second of all, I actually put the mashed bananas into the not custard, but filling. So I'm just going to mash. This is about 2 large bananas. And I'm just mashing them with a fork. And you know what? I think I'm going to use my masher. So I want to get these mashed. You want to use ripe bananas, but I want to get these mashed pretty good. You don't have to use, any extra anything, just that masher, and that's good. So, oh, that's some nice baby food right there, isn't it? Look at that. The next thing that I'm going to do is, however much you're making, use that amount of pudding. If you're making it for, I would say, more than 2 people, use, 4 of these puddings to 4 to 6 of these pudding cups or more. It's up to you. But what I'm going to do is get that pudding in there, and I'm just going to do 2. The rest is going to be for me. I'm just going to get 2 of those puddings into the mashed banana. And like I said, the residue is for me. I like to lick it clean. And I've got 1 container of whipped topping, any kind of topping you want. Like I said, you can always feel free to use sugar-free pudding and sugar-free topping. So I'm just going to take about, and keep it, fairly, kind of frozen like that. So let's mix this. And I mean, that's already a good snack. Bananas mixed with pudding, fresh bananas mixed with pudding, come on. This would be good to put, a good filling to put into a boxed cake or a homemade cake. Make it nice and moist and flavorful. So, excuse me, I've got about, I'm going to put about, a cup of that whipped cream in there. I'm going to mix. Kind of cut it in. And then you're going to just kind of just fold it. At this point, if you like, cinnamon in with these, I haven't decided if I'm going to do, any cinnamon, but if you like cinnamon, nutmeg, if you want it spiced, then go for it. So I'm going to put a little teeny bit more, about 3 tablespoons more in there. And then I'm going to you don't want it too runny, but you also want it, you don't want it too stiff either. And notice I'm not really mixing, but I'm kind of just folding. So that's good. I mean, you'll hear me say in a lot of my videos, vlogs, like how easy is that, but you can't get any easier than that. So you want about a consistency like this. That is not super runny, but not super thick, kind of in between. And I don't mind having, little bits of banana in there, because I'm actually going to be, layering slices or chunks of banana in between when I make the cup. So what you want to do is get this into the fridge and let it set up. I'm about to go to bed. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Hopefully my A1C has gone down even more. It's been going down, 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 and I'm so happy. I've been making a lot of changes. I still, will have carbs or a sweet treat every now and then, but I do it totally in moderation. I share with somebody if I'm eating a piece of cake. If I go out to eat, I'm sharing a dessert if I get dessert. And exercising, moving my body, eating more fruits and vegetables. I have a nice big breakfast, but only on Sundays. And it's been working for me. And, with coffee and tea and stuff like that, using Splenda or stevia, Crystal Light, water with lemon, water with lime, diet soda, which I do in moderation. I don't like to drink a lot of diet soda. I've cut down a lot on Diet Coke, which I love. But anyway, my blood pressure's down, my cholesterol's down, my A1C has been slashed over half. And it's so close to getting below a 7. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get some good news. I think I will. But anyway, I'm about to go to bed. I'm going to put this in my fridge. It's going to chill up. It's going to get nice and set even more than it is right now. And I will be back, and I'm going to assemble the banana pudding jars, and it's going to be so fast and so easy. So, like I said, if you can't do overnight, then do at least 3 to 4 hours. At least 3 hours, I would say, in a very cold, chilly fridge. But I'm going to do it overnight, and then tomorrow all I have to do is assemble the jars, and they're going to be delicious and easy. And so, all right, you guys have a great night, morning, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you back here soon. Guys, I wanted to come back real quick and say this tastes so freaking good. I mean, like I said, feel free to use sugar-free whipped cream, the Cool Whip, sugar-free Cool Whip. Feel free to use sugar-free pudding, but this is perfect for the person that I'm making this for. If I were making it for myself, yeah, I would use those things. But for the person I'm making it for, this is perfect. But you can taste so much banana. It tastes like banana on steroids. And then with that vanilla pudding, it's so delicious. You can also buy some banana pudding cups and use it. I just couldn't find them. But that's all I want to say. This tastes unreal. Just some mashed banana and pudding cups. It's delicious. Anyway, let me go to bed. Adios. Hey family, I'm back. And you see how that banana, the mashed banana and the vanilla pudding, the 2 cups of banana pudding have set up. All this is like a cup and 3 tablespoons of whipped cream, 2 pudding cups, and 2 mashed bananas. So it makes a nice size bowl. What I'm going to do now is start assembling my pudding cups. But before I slice my bananas, I'm going to crush some of my vanilla wafers because I want some of the vanilla wafers to be like crushed to sprinkle on top. So I'm going to get some of those wafers into plastic bag. And I've got my little trusty crab mallet. I can't wait to get some steamed crabs. I haven't had steamed crabs this year. It's going towards the end of March. I have not had steamed crabs. I cannot wait. I'm trying to wait until Memorial Day, but I don't think I'm going to be able to wait. But anyway, my trusty mallet. And I'm just going to crush. All right, fam. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little of the cookie down in there. And I've made a little hole in this bag to make it, you know, not as messy. And it's okay if things get a bit messy, right? Yeah. We can always straighten it up and clean up a bit. Some of that banana is going to go down in there. Let's do some more of the cookie mixture. And kids like to get messy. And you know what? Guess what? Adults like to get messy too. Some more of that good old pudding and banana mixture. Don't be scared to slather it on nice and thick. Let's do some more bananas. You see how it's starting to look? Isn't that nice? Look at that. Imagine making this yourself, you know, or with your kids or your grandkids or your nieces or nephews, your class, if you're still or in a daycare center or preschool. Look at that already. And I'm going to do another dollop of pudding at the top. So yeah, a little pudding at the top, and I'm going to take some whole cookies, whole wafers. And these are little mini vanilla wafers. See, the mini vanilla wafers are so much more fun. If all you have are the big, you know, regular size vanilla wafers, all you have to do is, you know, crumple them up. So, and I'm going to take some of that cookie. Put that at the top. I'm going to clean this jar up, excuse me, around the edge. Of course, like I said, if you want to make this with your kids, you don't have to worry about it being, you know, perfect. But if you're making it for someone like I am, you want it to look pretty. Now, you could, you know, like I said, add cinnamon or whatever. So those bananas are layered in there. And, you know, you've got the mashed bananas also mixed in with the pudding. So that's 1 cup down. And I'm going to put the top on. How about that? So I'm going to get this into my fridge and let it stay in there and chill. And I'm going to start assembling another one of these jars. So I'm going to have to wind up crushing some more cookie, but so you're going to make a mess doing this? No worries. It's fun. Hey, even if you're an adult, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like you can't clean up. So I put some of those cookies down there at the bottom, some of those crushed vanilla wafers. I've got some more of this pudding mixture. And that's going to go. A couple bananas. This time, I'm going to switch it up. Instead of putting crushed wafers, because I put crushed wafers at the bottom, right? With this jar, instead of crushed wafers, I'm going to take whole wafers. And I'm going to just drop whole wafers all down in here. Look at that. So look at that. A whole layer of freaking cookie. Oh! So I got the crumbs at the bottom. A bunch of cookie layer right here that's like really robust. A robust cookie, vanilla wafer cookie layer. And I'm going to put a nice amount of that pudding. Rest of those bananas. We're going to go in there. Look at that. Let me wash your hands. And instead of doing crushed cookies, another layer of, so I'm doing this jar a bit different. I'm using whole mini wafers instead of the crushed ones. But I am going to put a little crushed at the top. So don't forget this filling has the banana, mashed banana in it. And you know what? I'm not going to crush them. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to put there's wafers there. And let me do a little quick cleanup with a little piece. Just take a napkin or a piece of paper towel. Go around the edge. Like that. Look at that. So this one is different. This one is mostly, it almost looks like a little vanilla wafer milkshake. So the crumbs are at the bottom. There's pudding mixture here. Bananas, chopped bananas that you can't see. Wafers, bananas, pudding mixture, wafers again. There's a little bit of the wafers peeking through. Pudding mixture with banana, mashed banana, and mini wafers there at the top. So I did that one a little bit different, like, you know, shake it up a little. Feel free to sprinkle pumpkin pie spice or nutmeg. And guess what? With this one, I'm going to do a little bit of pumpkin pie spice at the top, just a little bit. Not nutmeg. The pumpkin pie spice does have a little bit of nutmeg in it, but I usually kind of add nutmeg too because I love the flavor of nutmeg. But with this, since I'm making it for somebody else, I'm just going to go easy on the spice. But I wanted to try a little spice with this one. So let's put the top, if I can get this top right. All right, let's get the top. Okay, let's get the top on that one. Okay, so that's my second one, and that's more like like I said, a banana pudding milkshake wafer thingy. But look at the bottom. See that crust? The crumpled crust at the bottom. So I'm going to get this one into my fridge too. I do have a little mixture left. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and layer cookies on it and have it as extra in a bowl. And pack it up, you know, in a little to-go, a little container, and give that to my friend too. They can have that. And I'm going to get the second jar into the refrigerator to chill. I'm going to clean up. You guys know, well, not know, I'm new, so you wouldn't know unless you watched a bunch of my videos, and of course you haven't yet because I'm new, but you'll find out that I am very OCD about, you know, neatness and orderliness. So I can't even show you the finished jars after they've chilled until I've cleaned up this board and I've got some stuff in my sink. So I'm going to straighten up, let these chill for about a half hour. You want to give them about a half hour to hour or two, at least an hour in the fridge to get chilled. And they probably will sit in my fridge for about, let's see, it's about 5:15. So probably about another 2 hours before my friend comes and picks these up. So, but I'm going to show them to you after they've been in for about a half hour. They're going to be so cute and so pretty. You know, feel free if you want to put a bow on top. That's cool. It doesn't matter. To me, the jars are so, you know, cute on their own that I really don't need any extra anything with these little mason jars. I love them just how they are. So I'm going to straighten up, get this other jar into the fridge, and I will return very shortly. All right, family, so those are my pudding jars. Don't forget, one jar has mainly crushed vanilla wafers, mini vanilla wafers, and the other one has whole. This one has the whole vanilla wafers layered through it, and more cream. But it's nice and chilled. You can't really see the banana layer, but what's so great about these is that when that friend of mine dips their spoon in, they're going to get a nice surprise of fresh banana and the mashed banana that's mixed in with that pudding and whipped cream. So plenty of cookie, plenty of creamy, sweet creamy goodness, plenty of bananas. You can feel free to add more bananas, less cream, less cookie, customize it the way you want. This one is almost like a cookies and cream. I like this one the best. But this one is like a has cookies and cream type action. The bottom is crushed wafers, but all the rest from the top to just before you get to the bottom, you can see the whole wafers that are peeking through. So, yeah. Banana wafer jars. I hope that I have inspired you to make some today. They're so easy. You can also make this with mascarpone cheese, cream cheese. You know, melt the cream cheese first a bit, get it softened. Mix it with a little bit of cream cheese in with the whipped cream, like maybe about 2 tablespoons or so. Or the mascarpone cheese. You can customize it however you want. You can make, you know, do lemon pudding. Like I said, you can always feel free to do sugar-free pudding, sugar-free cookies or wafers. Doesn't have to be vanilla wafers. You could do chocolate chip cookies. You could do any type of shortbread cookies would be perfect if you don't have vanilla wafers. So, yeah. I love these little jars, and they're so inexpensive. So, yeah, my super easy banana pudding jars. Thank you for watching. If you support my channel, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for sharing. I am a YouTube junkie myself, so I am steady on other channels. Sharing, people can tell you on Facebook, all I do is share stuff from YouTube, from other creators. thanks just for being a friend to this channel. If you are, thank you for subscribing. If you do, thank you for helping this channel to grow. If you are doing that, if you're liking, if you're subscribing, even if you're disliking, you're still giving me a view. So, hey, it's all good. But I wish you guys a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this, and take care. That be more chick. Peace out. Bye.